Does bigger necessarily mean better in fishing kayak? What I'm in right now may change the game, in my opinion. And what that is the Slayer Propel 10 LTE edition. It's the lightweight kayak. It's the newest thing from Native and Bonafide. And in my opinion, this is a kayak that really no one was really talking about. Bonafide really set the world on fire with the PWR last year, the XTR 130 this year, constantly blurring those lines between boat and kayak, bringing that big boat energy to the industry. But they kind of secretly came out with this kayak, and this was the one that I reached out to my friend Tyler over at Big Adventures. Hey, can I get my hands on this kayak and try it out? Because I think a lot of people are going to like this if it does what I think it does. And this is going to be my chance to take it out, to tell you all what I really think about it after getting it on the water, seeing how it performs, seeing its limitations also. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming by. Let's get right into it. So like I said in the intro, this was a kayak that I was most excited about. I did some content on the XTR, but everybody has done content on the XTR, and the PWR, which I own, I love that kayak. So I'm not against big, heavy kayaks, but this one is going to solve a lot of problems for a lot of people, I believe. And after taking this out here today and fishing with it, and just kind of really just covering some distance with it too, this is great. So while I don't have a scale, they list the fitted hull weight at 68 pounds. That's without the drive, without the seat. Me and my wife carried it without the drive, and it was insanely light. She's in a Hobie Lynx. See her over there, of course, doing some fishing. What this is really doing is this is creating a spot in the kayak fishing industry that really needs to be filled. And what I'm talking about is lightweight. Throw and go. The amount of time that we spent loading this up was insanely refreshing, is the best way for me to put it. So we loaded up in the back of the truck, we put the drive in the cab and left the seat on it, and that was it. We put her kayak on top of it. So what are my biggest takeaways from this kayak on the water? Well, one, the maneuverability. It's a lightweight kayak. It's got the same pedal drive that you see in the Titan X series, and it's got a similar rudder. It's not as big as the Titan X rudder, but it's got that little flip down rudder. The nice thing about the flip down is that it will operate in the down and the up position. When it's up, it's still going to do the side to side like the old Titan and the Slayer Max series. But with it down, you're going to get a lot more responsiveness. You're going to get a lot more feel. And on a windy day like today, you really need that, because it also kind of acts as a skeg. If you got your boat positioned in a certain way, the wind, it keeps the wind from spinning you as much. With a lightweight kayak, you are still going to feel that wind a little bit if you get out there on a little gusty day, which we have. And I enjoy that because it does let me see some of those limitations, but nothing that I would consider a game changer. Would I buy the Slayer 10 Propel LTE? Of course I would. I love that throw and go option. I also love the fact that I could probably do this on a river as well as a lake. Now, it obviously specializes on lake like you see here, but you can easily take the drive out, grab a paddle. You still have use of a rudder if you want to control your drift a little bit, and just go to work. So this is going to be really nice for somebody who wants to do multiple types of water, and also you don't want to spend you don't want to max out the time just to prepare to go. You want to go quickly. You want to throw it in the water and just go. Even if you've got a larger motorized fishing vessel, you could still throw this in the fleet, and there's just some days you just don't want to mess with it. And one thing from working in the paddle sports industry for so long that I saw was sometimes your budget can exceed your wants and needs. And what happens there is somebody will buy the best out there in kayaks, and then they end up not using it as much because they don't like loading it, they don't like unloading it, and all the work that goes in the prep, the batteries, the tackle, the gear, everything, loading it and unloading it, whether you're using a cart, a trailer, any of that. This thing you just throw in the back of a truck. I could easily put this in the back of the truck myself. it's been eye-opening. So what are some of the limitations? Well, obviously the weight capacity. It is a lighter weight kayak. It's not going to be that high capacity like the Titan X. Now, like the Titan X, Native does have a kayak in their lineup to facilitate if you want that higher weight capacity to carry everything, including the kitchen sink with you. But this one here, I've got a Black Pack Pro. I've got three rods behind me, plenty of lures to fish all day. And honestly, this is all you need. I miss sometimes getting back to basics like this. Now, I'm not going to call a pedal drive kayak basic, but for what I'm doing out here, it was nice just to throw it in the back of the truck and go, throw it in the water, and then get to fishing. So it maximized the time that I'm using out on the water instead of preparing, laying everything out, unloading at the at the dock or wherever I'm launching at here. So pros and cons. Pros, obviously the lightweight, the price of $2,250. So $2,250 MSRP, that's probably one of the best values in my opinion in the kayak industry. So before I would have said that in this space that this fills, the Sportsman PDL 106 was probably one of the best things you can get. This thing's at about $400 less, and you've got a little bit more functionality here. You got the same warranty on the hull, the same warranty on the pedal drive. The pedal drive, in my opinion, I've always preferred the Native drive just because it's a marine grade aluminum. The entire thing inside and out is metal. It's easy to work on. It's easy to maintain. And again, you've got that really good warranty should you need it, but you're rarely going to need it with that kind of internal part. Cons, honestly, on a day like today, a gusty day, a lighter weight kayak, you are going to get moved around a little bit more. It wasn't a huge deal, but with more wind, and it can get really gusty out here, that would create some problems. And with a pedal drive and a nice rudder, you are going to be able to maintain your boat position, but at a lighter weight kayak being moved around a little bit more, you are going to find yourself doing that a little bit more, in my opinion. Another con, obviously, it's going to be the capacity. The usable weight capacity, I believe, is 340, and that's going to be around the same range. I think it's 5 pounds less than the Old Town Sportsman PDL 106. It's not going to be something that you just load up. That's what your Titan X's are for. That's what the PWR is for, all of that. The value, in my opinion, really underscores all of that. For $2,250, you can get a US-made, roto-molded, pedal drive kayak that's got quality just oozing out of every scupper hole. And it sounds like I'm just over the moon about this, and I kind of am, because the industry really needs more lightweight options, more throw and go options. You don't get me wrong, you need that motorized option, you need those premium products, but sometimes we just want to go out, get out on the water, and enjoy ourselves. And nothing about this kayak would make me not want to do that. And that's really, I think that's what I enjoy the most about having this out on the water like this is, again, just get back to enjoying what I'm doing and not dreading the unloading and loading process. So anyways, guys, what do you guys think? What is the biggest thing about the Native Slayer Propel 10 LTE that you're looking forward to? Another thing I know a lot of you are going to ask me is how wet the deck is. The deck was really dry. I'll throw up a clip here of me pedaling it through the water. It really didn't. Now, when I stood up on it with the scupper plugs out, you do get a little bit coming in the front, but I tend to stand a little bit more toward the front anyway. It does shift that weight, and it is a 10-foot kayak, but just pedaling it through the water, it's very, very dry. And it does come with scupper plugs, so that's why I'm using the scupper plugs. If it didn't come with it, I wouldn't use them, but it does come with their own specific scupper plugs, which are really good quality. But anyways, let me know what you think. If you have any questions or anything I didn't cover on this walkthrough on the water, let me know down in the comments below. I'll get to them as soon as possible. Again, great value from Native, and honestly, one of the most complete lineups in the entire industry from Native, from Bonafide. Definitely looking forward to seeing how some of you like this kayak. If you already own this kayak, let me know. Let us know what you think. Maybe something I didn't think of when I had it on my the short time on the water here. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and we'll see you on the next one.